This is a continuation of meetings between the Senate leadership and different interest groups, and this time the Senate is meeting with the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress. The NLC President is here to discuss issues which he says are of utmost interest to Nigerian workers. One of such issues, he says, is how to free workers from the bondage of poverty. Comrade Wabba said poverty can be addressed if government tackles the problem of corruption in the country.
Only last week in the United States, during the state visit, Mr. President disclosed that in the last decade alone, over $150 billion of our common wealth was stolen by public officers and stored in foreign banks. Amidst those developments, the feeling and perception of Nigerians is that our anti-corruption laws are either weak and needed to be overhauled, or they are not responding effectively to the yearning and aspiration of our collectivity.
Already in the Senate, we already come up and working with the legislative agenda to address some of these key areas. What are these key bills or laws that we want to pass? What are the areas of oversight that we need to do, that will impact on our people? I think that is the key thing.
The NLC President said Nigerians are also alarmed by the rapid increase in the budgets of the National Assembly and wondered why the earnings and expenditure of lawmakers are concealed.
Your Excellency, our principal concern is to have in the National Assembly an open, transparent and accountable budget process, and in doing so, we want to call for a transparent and accountable process that all of us are canvassing for.
On his way out of the National Assembly after the meeting, the NLC President told journalists that the NLC intends to submit a new minimum wage demand to the National Assembly.
I made the fact that when we negotiated 18,000 minimum wage, the exchange rate was at hovering around 140, 142 to the dollar. Today we are talking about 242 to the dollar. So we have to look at realistic issues, and therefore I think to make a demand is not an offense, because those workers need also to have what they can be able to sustain themselves and transport themselves, and also put food on the table of their families.
Comrade Wabba also told journalists that the NLC is planning to hold an anti-corruption rally to make a statement that Nigerians would no longer tolerate corruption by government officials. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.